As a sound manager, just as the localization manager, your role is a bit all over the place, and your job is to oversee the entire process. In your case, the focus lies on the sound creation and the review processes around that. This role has more access and permission than other roles. So, as a sound manager, this is what you will be met with when you log in. On the left side, you have your projects, and on the right side, you will have your grids. You have two main grids, the UI part, which is all the UI strings in the game that doesn't have to do with sound, and you have your dialogues, which is basically your voiceovers, your subtitles, etc., everything that has to do with sound. So this is where you mainly will do all the work. You also have 3 reference grids. Now, this is where you add a new character, a new mission, if there's a new release, etc., as these will be referenced inside these other grids. So if we open this view, you will see at the top here, you will have 2 views. You will have the sound manager, which is completely unfiltered and give you access to most of the stuff in this database. You will also have a sound manager to do. Now, this one is filtered on whether the recording state is set to approved, and if the master and other recording states are completed. So your job is basically to look here if there is recordings to be looked at. So as soon as this recording studio has uploaded something in here, there will be a file here and it will be set to ready for review. Now, this current lines are a bit misviewing because these are a bunch of test lines, so there's not any real sound uploaded for them yet. So normally, if there's an empty thing here, you would see it will look more like this, and as soon as there's a sound here, it will say ready for review. And then you can of course listen to the stuff directly in here, and you can set it for you can set these options to needs re-recording, and if it needs re-recording, please write stuff in the recording feedback so the studio will know what to do. Also, if the recording studio has some notes, it will be put here in recording notes. For example, if they for some reason couldn't record the line that were written by the master and have recorded another one, that will also be set in here. So then it will be up to you to inform this line here to not be set to done. You could do that by right-clicking and set it to out of date, for example, and you could change the dev, for example, or something like that. The important part is that you, as sound manager, communicate with the writer if something needs to be changed from the studio, and also to review all the stuff that comes from the studio. You do also have all the notes and recording feedbacks. You have loudness, you have voice actor guidelines over here. So there's a bunch of things that you can set to help out this kind of things. Now, I forgot there is a third grid that we made that's called Sound Manager Script. Now, this is just a copy of the workflow we had before. So these are all the lines and all the order that the way we wrote the scripts before. It could be useful for just converting, but also for a familiar way of viewing your stuff, basically.